Right.
calling
She's calling the
I'm
meeting.
calling it to order.
Sorry?
Arnold.
Oh, checks.
Here. Beckwith.
Here.
Parcapisi. Here. Flores.
Here.
Cotsinis.
Here.
Hamilton.
Here.
Sutton.
Oh, here.
We have a
Andrea,
quorum.
okay. Andrea, sorry.
So you.
Okay.
Okay. Pledge.
We're early, don't you?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Warren-Newport Public Library District provides the community with access to information, kindles the imagination of children and adults, and supports lifelong learning. Would anyone like to speak in public comment? Correspondence?
No.
Oh, cool. All right. Anyone want to take anything off the consent?
Just checking, do we have I'm not sure if I saw it on here, the meeting I wasn't in. Where is that? Yes, B. 5B, so I can vote to abstain for that one.
Oh, right.
Right, for the building and grounds fund.
Is that the only one?
That's the only one I wasn't in.
Okay.
So it'd be 5B, 1 through 5.
And then I wasn't here for the September 20th, so should I abstain from that one?
Which one are you taking off?
5A, because
Okay.
I wasn't here for that meeting.
Okay. Anything else? All right, who wants to make the motion?
So moved.
I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain. Okay, now we need a motion. I move that the board approve minutes of the public hearing, September 20th, 2022, and regular meeting, September 20th, 22.
I'll second.
We have to have a roll call.
Flores.
Aye.
Arnold.
Aye.
Hamilton.
Aye.
Parcapisi.
Aye.
Cotsinis.
Aye.
Sutton.
Abstain?
Beckwith.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
All right, who wants to make the one for B? The motion for that.
I move that we, yeah, because it wasn't.
Yeah, because you were there.
Right, that we accept the 5B, report of standing committees.
I'll second. Discussion? Roll call.
Arnold. Hamilton.
Aye.
Flores. Parcapisi. Cotsinis.
Abstain.
Sutton.
Aye.
Beckwith.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, page 26, President's report, questions, comments, concerns? Who else has a report? Nobody?
No other report?
There's finance report is in there.
Right, but sometimes you might have something else to say, so that's all it's about. All right, you're up.
Only thing I'll add to what's in here is I did attend the Illinois Library Association annual conference last week. It was the first time in person in 3 years. It was really amazing, and I will be drafting a report to share with the board. So that will be available sometime this month,
Okay.
or next month, I should say, because it's
No.
probably not by.
Next week, you know?
Yeah, maybe next week. Maybe next week. There's a lot going on.
I'm like, we
I'm
have
playing
back-to-back
catch-up still,
meetings,
so-
what? Yeah. Double
Anyone
check.
have anything else, questions about Ryan's report?
Yeah, just a comment on it. You'll notice that if you look at page 36 in the packet, the hotspots, our hotspots number is down significantly, but that doesn't accurately reflect what's happening. So I don't know how we can better show what's going on, because we've significantly increased the amount of time they can be checked out.
Oh,
Down
So the number of
66.
checkouts has dropped.
But they're
It's
still being
dropped-
used.
Well, it's
yeah.
dropped by less than 67%, which means they're being used more. Because they're being checked out now for 3 weeks instead of 1 week.
Right,
Which means if it were straight, even numbers, they would drop by 67%. I'm seeing a drop of 64.4%. So there's an increase.
So what's the mathematical solution then? Start from scratch?
Like a utilization.
Well, we know they're being utilized
Yeah,
100%.
we know they're being
pretty much.
used, exactly.
it's just they're not being checked out, that
As
doesn't
we
look,
would.
yeah,
Exactly.
because
There is no
we're
right-
holding them
it's-
longer.
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong.
I mean, we could put an asterisk in and indicate that we changed the policy, just so people know when they look at this data. I mean, because I don't know that there's a formula that you could. I
There's
understand what
there's
you're
no
saying,
easy
but-
formula. is the-
Right,
Exactly.
yeah.
But you wanna make sure that it looks like they're being used like we know they are, so.
Well, we can add a,
Okay.
we can add an
Asterisk.
asterisk and indicate the policy change and that how that reflects in the data.
Right.
I think that's the best solution,
Any other
unless there's other
questions for
ideas.
Ryan?
No, I was just gonna add, we did have a couple of elected officials come to the Hispanic Heritage Celebration. So that was nice to see, and hopefully we can, call them up when our 50th anniversary comes around the corner for next year.
Yeah, cool. All right, 3070. Do you wanna talk about this, Catherine, or do you want?
You have a page at your desk, or at our desk.
Right.
The places?
So there's one in the packet, but we wanna review the one that was handed out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we added the section Article 3. I think we're debating if it belongs in here or not, but we wanted to make sure that patrons were not getting food deliveries to the library.
So
But then.
Can I speak to that one? Because I've got a comment there. It seems to me that it doesn't matter how food gets to the library, whether they're having a food delivery service or somebody orders a pizza from Domino's, which would be allowed under this policy, even the way it's written now, or if they're bringing it in themselves from the local drive-through. What we don't want is staff to be involved in any way. I don't know if this statement, the way it's written right now, accurately reflects that. It would be better if we could say, anyone who requests a food delivery must meet the delivery driver in the parking lot or in front of the building,
And then bring it in,
and then bring it in directly to the only place in the library you're allowed to have food, which is the what do we call it, the little cafeteria area.
Well, actually, this
But
is
But we
opening it up.
changed that.
Yeah, this opens it up.
So there's other red lines you didn't see
Okay.
because they were in the committee of the whole. It opens it up to like prepackaged snacks, foods.
Right.
I would say not pizza.
I would too, because of the smell alone.
It doesn't
yeah.
say not
Or-
pizza.
No,
Well,
but
but it
It
tells
says-
you what though.
Yeah.
Gives
Or
you
accept
examples
food
of acceptable.
deliveries,
Yeah,
so
but it
deliveries would
doesn't
be
say not.
pizza.
I know, but, okay.
What I'm picturing is people will be, we'll have some high school students in the conference room. They're gonna order pizza to conference
I've
room
got it.
seat. I would if I were them. I mean, that's what
Which-
they're used to doing.
Which I think we all agree is not what we want,
That's
Right.
right.
but there are still a couple places in the library, that area in front's the only one I can think of, where we would have food allowed. Or are we saying no food except prepackaged food, even in the break room? Or that vending area?
Mhm. I don't know, I don't,
Would a pizza in a box be considered prepackaged food?
No.
That's the question.
I
I
think
don't-
you gotta
Somebody
say no
could-
pizza, then no.
well, it says no food deliveries.
No food
So
deliveries.
that's a general
Okay.
sense that would make it.
But I mean, realistically, what's the difference between somebody bringing in cookies they bake themselves or bringing a package of cookies that's pre-packed?
Okay, so bringing us back to conversation at hand, we opened up the policy. Now we're debating if we should have Article 3.
Mhm.
Do we need Article 3, just like a general statement, do we need Article 3 or can we be silent?
And not say anything at all, you mean, about it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Either or.
Let's decide if we need to add something and then we can work on the language that might need to be there.
I think something like this belongs in here,
Okay,
if only to keep library staff from having to chase down patrons to get their delivery drivers.
Yes.
Absolutely. There's no-
Consensus?
Yes, it
Okay.
needs to be in here somehow.
And then we'll work on the language. No food delivery. So do we want to accept food deliveries as long as staff is not involved?
I just,
The way I see it, as long as the patron meets the food delivery driver at the door, and we're not involved in any way, it doesn't matter whether somebody's dropping it off here, or whether the person's driving off with the car and getting it and bringing it back themselves.
I guess I
You
just
just
don't
say-
think of this place as a restaurant. And
Right,
that's
or
how it
I don't think of
sounds.
those as prepackaged foods.
Depends on what they're ordering. You actually can get prepackaged foods as well delivered.
Like,
To give you some background of what's happening, it's mainly teenagers after school are
Yes.
ordering these food delivery services. They're getting Culver's, they're getting Portillo's, they're getting,
Mhm.
every sort of fast food, basically, yes. And they are all sitting in the vending area, and it's not a welcoming environment for anyone else.
right,
So the idea with the prepackaged food is to open up that space, we've got some various ideas, but basically to prepackaged snacks that they can buy in vending or bring into the library, but then it would come in to the library and they could use it anywhere, and they would be responsible for cleaning up after themselves.
So you're looking for factory sealed things?
Or are we just restricting it to nothing that's hot foods?
yeah, that's,
Well, Subway's isn't hot.
We'd prefer they didn't bring in
bring
Subway
any at
either.
all,
Right,
yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
saying.
blame
Hot
you.
doesn't exclude everything
Exactly.
if they want to.
Do we say something, is a meal,
Some
like
libraries do
differentiate,
use that terminology.
like a meal versus a snack?
You'd prefer, yeah, that clarifies it a little bit, doesn't it? Well, and I was just noticing how much of the
Or teens?
teens were asked to leave, or asked to leave, or asked to leave. That's a lot, 184 examples of that. When I was here the other day, there was a whole crew of kids, I think it was Friday when I picked up our packets, a bunch of kids out on the, where they had the issue before with the teens. And I mentioned it when I walked in to get our packets, and they said, yeah, we're aware. And looked like they were just hanging out, playing football or whatever, but I thought, that's new, I don't remember seeing that before. So, we wanna be open and welcoming for our kids, but I don't think we need to have meals.
What about the picnic table out the side? That's not in the building, but that's still library property.
Well, that's a thought.
Can we demote this back to like a committee of the whole? I don't think we're gonna get it resolved here, so I would
Yeah.
like to take it back and bring it to the next.
I agree.
Okay.
Is that allowed?
It seems we all know what we want, the problem is verbalizing.
Right.
Right.
Wording, yeah.
Also, there was that other, who made the comment about that staff can have food delivered?
Well, I just thought about it when I read it first, I was like, oh, does this then limit staff from ordering anything to the back?
Right.
Just as
Yeah.
precedence,
No,
I,
yeah.
So did you see what I answered?
I mean, I wanna say yes to staff, not no.
Yeah.
but it says,
Yeah.
it's, I mean, if I read this, then it's like no deliveries, why
Right.
does staff get a delivery, would be a
Well,
question.
what
This says
I
library
think is though, that this
Yeah, it
is a
does.
public service policy, and I don't necessarily think, I realize we put in sometimes what staff is gonna contribute to something, but I don't know that that needs to be addressed in a public service policy, because the public service has to do with patrons, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, if others disagree.
Yeah, because I think, number one, I think staff should be allowed. I think it's very, very rare that staff ever use delivery service. I'm trying to remember one time I've seen staff. But in the event that they do, they would inform the delivery driver to meet them at the back.
Back entrance,
Meet at the back
yeah.
by the ramp, and they'd probably go out in the parking lot and
Okay.
meet them, so.
For the staff development, like we get.
Oh,
the
that's
Yeah,
different,
well, that's the
yeah.
only time I
Right.
can think of,
But
yeah.
no, usually sometimes like when new restaurants are opening, they bring their food just,
Uh-huh,
just, but no, not really. Mostly people go and get the food, bring it
Yeah, or,
up.
that's what people, I
Yeah.
think, bring their lunch too.
Yeah, they
so.
bring lunch,
Well,
yeah.
But,
I mean, maybe that's also just depends on the staff. I know I'm one of the few people at my organization that brings a lunch, everyone orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, I was like, how do you afford this?
That's
But-
right.
Yeah, I know.
I would say that about
And staff should be
Starbucks,
able
you
to order
know?
if they want, obviously,
Coffee at
so.
home.
Well, I mean, it's a demographic change. It used to be that you'd go and drive through a drive-through to get something. A lot of
Sure.
people now are not bothering to do that. They're hiring somebody to do it via one of the many services out there.
Well, that came through COVID when, you know.
It's just
they were
like the,
doing that.
it's just like the teens, this is definitely new, the
New.
teenagers ordering food. I mean, do you remember, Rebecca, like 3 years ago, teens
didn't
ever,
do it.
yeah, no.
It
It's
wasn't
just
as
the apps
prevalent,
didn't
though.
exist.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
True, and now they're used to doing that after COVID and everything else about the delivery.
There are people who, when they're learning to drive, they don't drive for free. When they're learning to drive, they DoorDash. Go with their parent and monetize their 50 hours to drive.
I need to keep that.
Okay.
It's pretty smart.
All right, next,
I remember
committee
that.
of the whole, talk about it.
Okay, we're on
It's
to the
part
next
of the
thing then,
team
page
culture.
47, please.
Wowza, that was opening a big Pandora's
Thank you,
box.
George.
Yeah, thanks very much, George.
Not really.
But, no, I read, yeah.
Okay, so we're on to page 47, the resolution.
47.
You wanna talk about it?
Yeah, I think the memo pretty much
Yeah.
covers it, so,
Right.
you know, cause I thought when I first came across this, you know, what is the purpose of this resolution? And as I said in the memo, essentially it is it's a legal requirement, and it's a kind of a reminder for us, for the board, okay, the levy is going to come before you, the levy ordinance. Are we going to be required to do a truth and taxation hearing? And this is pretty common, you know, talking to my colleagues at the libraries, that, you know, to make sure people are capturing new growth, this is gonna be common that people are levying over the 5%, which we haven't done. I don't know, I think maybe early on there was a truth and taxation hearing when I arrived, but this is
Not
pretty,
since I've been
yeah,
here.
not since you've been here, so this is a new thing.
I move that the board approve the resolution 2022/2023 to determine the estimate of funds needed for fiscal year 2022-2023 as presented.
I'll second.
Discussion? Let's have a roll call.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Flores,
Aye.
Cotsinis,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Parkapisi,
Aye.
Arnold,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Aye.
ayes have it.
I remind all board members to change their calendar date for November 20th to 6:45.
Noted.
Now, when I forget,
November 20th,
The
Well, it's
15th.
the 15th,
Wait, no.
November 15th, yeah.
the 15th,
November
15th,
15th of November
Should probably should
2022.
put down the announcements,
To
but
what?
remind everybody.
6:45, yeah,
Bonnie.
We have to come 15
Oh,
minutes
yeah,
early.
right.
I got it.
The meeting starts.
right, this, yeah. Okay, add that,
Okay, I lost the place here. Where are we? Transfer funds.
Yeah, this was brought up at the last, at the committee of the whole, actually, about every year at the beginning of the fiscal year, we should transfer funds from the corporate fund to the bond fund. It's okay because we haven't yet needed to make a payment, but we'll get into that best practice. So this is, it requires a motion from the board to transfer those funds. So that's what this is, so we can pay our debt. Any questions about that?
I move that the board approve a transfer of $653,250 from the corporate fund to the bond fund.
A second.
Discussion? Let's have a roll call for this one.
Sutton,
aye.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Cotsinis,
Aye.
Arnold,
Aye.
Parkapisi,
Aye.
Flores,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Aye.
ayes have it.
Okay, just a really quick update on Ryan's self-evaluation. So his self-evaluation is due today. And George will be sending out the survey on Thursday.
I have it ready for you to take a look at, actually, in my bag behind me.
Oh, that's great, okay. And then after, when he sends out the survey, I will send everyone the self-evaluation, so obviously you need to read the self-evaluation before you fill out the survey. You only have 4 days, you have till the 31st to fill it out, because we had to shorten the time frame because of the couple of meetings. So you don't, usually I give you a week, but it's only a few days, so look for the email and,
End of day on the 31st?
yeah,
I'm just out of town, that's why I'm asking.
okay,
So I will use the full time.
okay. I guess I'll have to allow that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna jump on it at 5 o'clock at night anyway, probably. So, and then, I'll get the results compiled and we'll be ready for the exec session on the 15th. So that's all of that. Questions? Okay. I think we're gonna break our own record here. Any other items for future agendas besides what's on here? Regular or committee of the whole?
I probably won't have the succession plan next week, so can we move that?
So you want that taken
December.
off the committee of the whole?
Yes, please.
Yeah, consider it done.
Yeah, it's next Tuesday.
Anything else?
Yeah. It's kinda crazy. How that
We've
work?
got the audit presentation for committee of the whole on there, cause that got,
Oh,
you might have noticed, we were hoping to have the audit presentation, but, you know, we're
yeah, I
now we're
do.
looking at next week, so fortunately, we have a meeting 1 week from now, so.
Okay. Anyone want to speak in public forum? Announcements, any announcements besides what's on here? Would like to move to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain. 7:22.
20, wow.
That does bring.